Levi Ackerman. He is one of the most powerful characters in Attack on Titan. But unfortunately, he gets seriously injured in the fourth season. But what if this never happened? How would it affect the story? And would the rumbling still happen in this alternate timeline? Now, before we dive in, I should let you know that this video will contain spoilers. First, an extremely quick recap. Levi is arguably the most powerful fighter in the entire series, except for some Titan shifters. He has single-handedly defeated the female Titan, the Beast Titan, and numerous other Titans and fighters. However, in the first part of the fourth season, Levi gets severely injured by a thunder spear that explodes at point-blank range. Naturally, he is not able to fight like he used to after this. He is only able to fight in the Battle of Heaven and Earth near the Marleyan base in the finale, and his abilities are limited even in that battle. For our alternate timeline, let's start with the injury itself. In this timeline where Levi does not get injured, he never attaches the thunder spear to Zeke's body as a trap in the first place. So to understand what Levi would do next, we have to consider what had happened in the story before this. Levi had heard of a takeover of the military by the Aegrists, and after that, Zeke turned his entire squad in the forest into Titans, forcing Levi to kill all of them. Levi was extremely pissed at Zeke, and rightfully so. And by extension, he was also pissed at the Aegrists because he knew they were working with Zeke. Even before his squad turned into Titans, Levi expected the Aegrists to come for Zeke because he knew that Zeke was vital for their plan. This made him decide to feed Zeke to someone else. However, in this alternate timeline, Levi does not do that because he remembers something. The island needs a Titan with royal blood to be able to defend itself with a partial rumbling. Otherwise, everyone inside the walls will be killed. So Levi decides to control himself and find out exactly what the Aegrists are planning. He gathers the thunder spears and maneuvering gear of his fellow squad members and assembles them at one spot so that he can refuel when required. After that, he cuts off Zeke's limbs and hides his remaining body under a bush at a spot near the center of the forest. Meanwhile, Flock is on his way to the forest with a bunch of Aegrists and Hanji to retrieve Zeke. When they enter the forest, Levi is up in a tree, hiding. He waits for them to go far enough inside the forest so that they are surrounded by trees on all sides. And after making sure that Hanji is the only non-Aegrist, he swoops down to pick her up from her horse. Everyone is taken by surprise, including Hanji, but Levi assures her that it's him. They fly a bit inward, and Hanji tells him what had happened. They decide to feed Zeke to someone else so that he can't use his scream to turn the military officers into pure Titans. And if the need arises for a partial rumbling, they decide to use Historia. This would also mean that they would need to get Historia on their side, but first, they decide to capture Flock and get more information from him. While the two of them are discussing what they should do next, the Aegrists are searching for them throughout the forest. Levi says that they will need to kill all the Aegrists except Flock, but Hanji argues that they can and should take Flock while trying to minimize bloodshed, since many of the Aegrists are from the Survey Corps. Her plan is simple. Levi will distract the others while she captures Flock, and she manages to do it. After capturing Flock, Hanji threatens the remaining Aegrists that she will kill Flock if they don't surrender. But Flock asks them to keep going and dedicate their hearts to Eldia. Now before the fight, Levi had informed Hanji that if her plan doesn't work, they would have no choice but to kill the Aegrists, something that Hanji had reluctantly agreed to. So when the Aegrists try to attack after Hanji's threat, she nods, giving Levi the sign to go ahead. He slices through the Aegrists while Hanji flees the area with Flock on her back. Hanji threatens Flock with some mild torture first to try to get information out of him, but he refuses to say anything. Levi returns after killing all the remaining Aegrists, and just as he is about to start investigating, Flock laughs and claims that they've lost. He says that Zeke is already on his way to Shiganshina, and there is nothing they can do. Hanji grabs him by the collar and threatens him again, but Flock doesn't say anything else. Hanji wonders if he is just lying, but Levi realizes something. When Flock had arrived at the forest with Hanji, they were accompanied by 20 other Aegrists, but he had killed only 16 of them, meaning that the other 4 might have been searching for Zeke. Levi tells Hanji about this and how he had hidden Zeke's body under a giant bush. But Hanji wonders how Flock could have known about Zeke actually being saved. That's when she notices it, a red smoke signal fading in the sky, and realizes that one of the Acarists must have fired it after finding Zeke. After hearing their discussion, Flock laughs and tells them they're right and there is no stopping Zeke and Eren now. Levi checks the spot where he had hidden Zeke, and sure enough, he is not there. Hanji gathers all the maneuvering equipment Levi had gathered and places them on one of the carts that had been stationed in the forest. After throwing a tied up Flock onto the cart, Levi and Hanji head for Shiganshina. In this timeline, Zeke's body heals faster than in the main story, mainly because he doesn't have a thunder spear explode right on his body. So he is perfectly ready to fight by the time he reaches Shiganshina. Meanwhile, in Shiganshina, pretty much everything else happens, just like the anime. Peak arrives to save Gabby. Porco tries to eat Eren but fails. The Marleyan invasion begins, and Eren fights Reiner and Porco, but gets incapacitated by Marley's anti-Titan shells. With Eren struggling, Armin, Mikasa, John and Connie get freed from their cell. But just when it looks like Eren might be eaten by Reiner, Zeke shows up and knocks Reiner away with his boulder strike. Thank you for watching. The next part of this scenario should be out next week, probably on Friday. Like and subscribe to get notified about the next video.